When we think of advanced ancient civilizations, our minds often drift to the towering pyramids of Egypt, the grand architecture of Greece, or the engineering feats of the Roman Empire. But hidden beneath the sands of time lies another untold story, one of innovation, science, and technology crafted by the hands of ancient African civilizations. Long before European colonization, empires across the African continent were not only thriving, but also pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From astronomy and metallurgy to architecture and medicine, these societies possessed advanced technologies that rivaled and in some cases surpassed those of their European contemporaries. Yet much of this history has been buried, forgotten, or distorted. In this video, we embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind the lost African civilizations, revealing the technology, culture, and brilliance that existed long before colonial powers arrived. Prepare to discover a side of history you've never been told. Our journey begins in the heart of West Africa, Timbuktu. Today, the name Timbuktu is often used to describe a distant or mythical place, but in the 14th and 15th centuries, it was far from mythical. It was real, a beacon of learning and enlightenment, a city where scholars from across the world gathered to exchange knowledge. By the height of the Mali Empire, under the reign of the wealthiest man to ever live, Mansa Musa, Timbuktu became one of the most important intellectual and cultural capitals on earth. The jewel of Timbuktu was the Sankore University, where over 700,000 manuscripts were carefully preserved. These ancient documents covered a vast array of knowledge: astronomy, mathematics, medicine, philosophy, and Islamic law. While much of medieval Europe struggled through the Dark Ages, African scholars in Timbuktu were writing treatises on the movement of the stars, human anatomy, and the laws of physics. One manuscript describes the orbits of planets in precise detail, centuries before Galileo's discoveries in Europe. And yet, how many of us were ever taught about this intellectual powerhouse? Our next stop takes us further back, over 2,500 years, to the mysterious Nok civilization of central Nigeria. When archaeologists first uncovered Nok artifacts in the early 20th century, they were stunned. These terracotta sculptures, some as tall as 1 meter, revealed an artistic sophistication few believed possible for such an ancient African society. But art was only part of their brilliance. The Nok were pioneers of iron smelting, one of the first societies in the world to extract iron from ore and forge it into tools and weapons. Consider the impact. While many ancient societies relied on bronze, the Nok had already mastered iron, a technological leap that transformed agriculture, warfare, and society. And this wasn't happening in isolation. Their ironworking skills spread across West Africa, laying the technological foundation for future kingdoms like Benin and Mali. But here's the mystery. How did this knowledge emerge seemingly out of nowhere? Was it independent innovation or a legacy of a much older, lost civilization? While Europe was still building wooden forts, the Kingdom of Benin in present-day Nigeria was designing one of the most sophisticated cities on earth. By the 13th century, Benin City was a thriving metropolis, complete with wide streets, advanced drainage systems, and protective earthworks that stretched over 16,000 kilometers, a structure 4 times longer than the Great Wall of China. But the true marvel of the Benin Kingdom lay in its bronze casting. Using the lost wax technique, artisans created breathtaking metal sculptures, techniques so advanced that modern metallurgists are still puzzled by their precision. These bronzes told stories of the kingdom's rulers, spiritual beliefs, and military victories, a living record carved into metal. But much of this history was violently disrupted in 1897 when British forces invaded Benin,
looting thousands of artifacts, most of which remain in European museums to this day. Our journey takes us south to the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe, a magnificent stone city that defies explanation. Built between the 11th and 15th centuries, its stone walls, some rising over 30 feet, were constructed without mortar, yet they've withstood the test of time. At its peak, Great Zimbabwe was a bustling trading hub connected to distant markets in China, India, and the Middle East, powered by its immense gold reserves. Despite its grandeur, colonial historians once refused to believe Africans could have built such an advanced city, attributing the structures to outsiders. But archaeological evidence tells a different story.
These stories are just the beginning. Africa's lost civilizations challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient technology and human progress. And yet, this knowledge was deliberately hidden, because acknowledging Africa's brilliance meant dismantling the myths that justified colonization. But now, these voices are rising again. The truth is out there, if you're willing to seek it. If you want more untold histories revealed, subscribe and share this video. Together, we'll bring the truth to light.